So a cracking fight in prospect now. Stevie Little undefeated in 3 in action against Gary Murray, who's coming all the way down from Glasgow.
He's travelled a long way, but this is going to be a cracking fight.
Well, you can't imagine him coming all that way and not putting up an effort, can you?
100%.
Stay tuned.
Please welcome the first fighter to enter the arena, Gary Murray. Please welcome the second fighter to enter the arena this evening, Stevie Little. Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is brought to you in association with PJ Brown Construction and New Era Recycling. Introducing these two warriors once again. The fighter standing in the blue corner, representing SK Boxing Gym in Glasgow. He is Gary Murray. And the fighter standing in the red corner, representing O'Neill's Boxing Gym in Margate, he is Stevie Little. This contest is fought over 3 2-minute rounds. Your Queensbury referee in charge of the action, Mr. Seamus Dunn.
Right, lads, these are my instructions. Protect yourselves at all times, obey my instructions at all times. Watch your heads, keep your punch up. When I say break, both step back nicely. Both understand? Shake hands, lads, back your forwards. Good luck.
Hello, good evening, and welcome once again to Effingham Park for an evening of championship boxing, courtesy of the Queensbury Boxing League. My name's Steve Holzer, delighted to say I've been joined by Ross Minter, ex-professional English champion. And we're looking at Stevie Little, undefeated from Ramsgate, 3 fights, 3 wins, 2 knockouts in action against Gary Murray, all the way from Coatbridge near Glasgow, who's won 3 of 5, 1 loss and 1 draw. Now, Ross, very hard to pick a winner.
Stop boxing.
It is hard, you know. Murray's fought last week, and he's fighting, I think, again in a couple of days' time as well. He's an active fighter. And yeah, this is going to be a cracking little fight. I think, for me, we know Steve's got power, and you know I think he can come through on that. And you see very tight guard, which is I love to see.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, he's a very popular young fella here as well. There's a load of people supporting him.
Yeah, through the fights he's had, people that aren't here to watch him and don't know him, they go, "Cool, who's that ginger kid that you had on?"
Absolutely.
And you know, so he sort of, you know, got sort of way about him, and people could see a bit of style, you know, good style.
Well, I still don't think there'll be a great deal between them. I fancy Little to win, but I don't think there's a lot between them. And as you can see here, Murray slightly taller. Not that that's going to make a huge difference, I don't think. 3 rounds this one. And they are, of course, welterweights. And very hard to pick, Ross, in the first round.
It is. You know, I just like the way Stevie moves and misses. You know, just walks into a jab there, couple of uppercuts, which is not normal for him. But I think, you know, I do like the way he sort of comes in behind that tight guard. But Murray is boxing really well here.
Well, I've got a feeling that Gary Murray might just have done about enough to win this opening round, Ross Minter. You know, despite the effort here from Stevie Little, he's getting a bit frustrated.
He'll be a bit busier.
So first round over and done with. 2 to go, and it's a real sprint at this distance, Ross, isn't it?
It is. You know, you got 6 minutes to do all your work. You know, 2 minutes. People watching there, they might think, oh, what? You know, 6 minutes and a minute.
But it makes it exciting, doesn't it?
Of course it does, and it's so hard in there. You know, being hit, it's a sprint basically.
Absolutely, so. Yes. Well, don't forget both these lads, 24 years of age. 5 bouts under the belt of Gary Murray from Coatbridge near Glasgow. Stevie Little, he's had 3, won them all, and Murray has lost 1 and drawn 1 of his 5. But I think Murray's nicked the opening round, and I think there'll be a huge disappointment in this hall if Little were not to win this. So Seamus Dunn, our referee, calls them out for round 2. So Stevie Little then in the blue and black, blue, silver trunks in action here against Gary Murray. And Murray trying to pick up where he left off in the opener.
Yeah, you can see Steve's looking for that overhand right all the time. You know, there you go.
Oh, there he goes.
There you go. And obviously his trainer, you know, has looked at it and seen that, you know.
Yeah, but it's ironic, you know. I mean, he misses with that, and he sets Murray up for an attack with 2 hands, and he got through with quite a few good scoring shots.
He did. At the end of the day, whatever this outcome, it's going to be a cracker. Well, it is already, you know.
Yes.
So it's a good little fight.
Well, this is about the stamp of the Queensbury Boxing League. You know, I mean, they're all exciting fights, Ross, aren't they?
They are. No, but you got to take your hat off to Murray to come, you know, travelling down from Scotland.
Well, he didn't come down for nothing, did he?
He didn't. Oh, he come to him, and he's, you know, he's doing very well here.
Yeah, it comes from the SK Boxing Gym up in Glasgow. Nice right there from Murray. And for my money, he's winning this round as well. But Little, of course, has always got that puncher's chance, hasn't he?
Yeah, as you can see, with that maybe a little bit more experience from Murray, he can tie Stevie up slightly, and obviously, you know, Stevie likes that distance, but then he gets into distance and now he's falling in. But it's, you know, I think maybe relying, because he's got power, relying on that power maybe a little bit too much. Good shots there.
Well, decent right there for Little. But sadly for him, it's, you know, it's one of few punches that have really made a difference in this second round. And there's the bell to end it. And once again, I've got to go for Murray.
Yeah,
I make no apologies for that either, Ross.
No.
So just to remind you that Ross Minter was a former English welterweight champion and my kind of fighter. I've said this before and I'll say it again unashamedly. You know, I love the way that you approach the game. You know, you're a slam bang merchant, you know, with a boxing brain as well.
Box fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. My kind of fighter, you know.
That's it.
I wish I could do the same. But there you go.
Especially these days. Especially these days.
Especially these days.
I think, yeah, Stevie's got to do something this round. You know, they've been close rounds. I think the first was very close. I think, like you say, Murray edged the second, and you know, I think
it could be on this, couldn't it?
I think so. Yeah, for me.
Right. Well, if anyone can do anything, John O'Neill can with Stevie Little. But third and final round about to start. So looks like Murray has got the edge, but Little can make life very difficult for him here. Or can he? And I know Stevie Little is very well supported. Nice uppercut there and a good, decent jab from Murray.
Right, all right, lads. All right, lads. Step back. No holding the barrier. Box on.
Are you saying, Ross, that you know, if things stay like this, you wouldn't mind a draw?
Right, no holding, Bruce.
Well, it's a very close fight. You know, like I say, the middle round I thought was Murray's. But if Stevie carries on with these sort of shots, yeah, I think it's a good draw. But who knows what the judges.
Don't push him to the ropes. Box on.
Well, a lusty right to the side of the head there from Murray. And a left hook there from Murray.
And a couple back from Stevie. It's a bit reddened up round the face at the moment, Stevie, so catching a few shots. Good comeback.
Well, there's certainly not much in this round, is there? Well, Stevie Little's tried ever so hard. I just think he got off on the wrong foot.
A bit more aggressive in this round.
Yeah.
He's come back, he's got caught with a few, but he's actually, you know, maybe edging this, maybe, I don't know. Close one.
Well, I tell you what, Ross, I'm going to call that a level round. It might seem unfair, but that's the way I've seen it. But you know, I think Gary Murray's nicked it, but that's as far as I'm going to, as far as I'm going to go.
Yeah, it you know, seemed very busy. Seemed, you know, he was there to fight, and you know, as was Stevie. But I think a little bit, you know, of getting caught with a few too many, maybe.
Yeah. Well, if that is a defeat for Stevie Little, it will be his first in 4 outings.
Like, listen, you learn more from a defeat than you do from.
Sometimes that's true, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
So here we go then for the official verdict. Stevie Little and Gary Murray being called over by our referee Seamus Dunn, an ex-boxer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 fantastic rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have a unanimous decision in favour of your winner. From the blue corner,
so Gary Murray then is declared the winner. The between the other 2 judges agree with us.
Murray.
It was a time fight, of that there's no doubt, but Murray is the winner, and that's the first defeat on the Stevie Little card. That's a real shame for him, but well done, Gary Murray.
It was evenly contested, but after 3 rounds, the judges were unanimous in their decision that the winner was Gary Murray. He came down from Scotland this morning. So, Gary, it was worth the trip.
Oh, definitely. Worth the weekend off work as well.
But it was really evenly contested, wasn't it?
Oh, well, to be fair, I thought I won the majority of the fight anyway. I was a deserved winner, but the boy came to fight and he was really good. And hopefully this will be a springboard for other boys for getting a chance down on a big stage like this.
So it was so last minute, but you didn't know much about him. You didn't have a game plan, but it worked for you.
Yeah, as I say, we got the call just a couple of days ago. We'd wait to lose. We had everything against us, but I've got Sam in my corner, and I feel well, his advice just helps me every time. And you know, it's like you say, I just like to say hello everybody back home in the SK gym and Big Tree Bar and everybody at Balfour Beatty that I work with.
You got it in. Well done.
Right. Don't edit it.